we need to discuss autopsy photos?
No, Judge, we got it covered during
Okay,
break.
all right, very good.
Judge, there has been if Mr. Gafford's attorneys want to, Mr. Wise and, Judge, we have a, redacted interview that we did provide to all of, defense counsel, and I think that, Mr. Wise has an issue with something that is in there, and I need to.
Whose interview, is this Davion Murphy's interview?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor, and we didn't catch this in review. There were parts redacted that we realized were out, that we realized this portion is still in. But essentially, it's about a 3-minute segment. It's continuous 3 minutes, but they're basically talking to Davion Murphy about Sean Gathright saying he basically blew the case out of the water. They make a comment about he's going to fry, something to that effect. And then there's a couple, basically comments about how the sidewalks are made for people like Sean because they don't belong in the street. That's a comment that's in it. And then there's actually a reference also to, it's actually wrong about there's rifle casings found in his car that match the homicide. That's not accurate.
in the Davion Murphy interview.
This is in the Davion Murphy.
Okay, so why do you need that?
Judge, it is just officer statements trying to get a reaction from Davion Murphy. I don't know that we need it. It's just to be able to redact it, like they've had these.
No, I understand, but could you identify what time, and we could stop and then fast forward,
We could.
or we could stop
we could do it.
where it begins, and I could take a break so it isn't obvious.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't want to interrupt, I'm sorry.
So, you guys know that when, and just for the record, when would we be stopping and then starting?
Judge, for the record, obviously, we're objecting to the entire introduction of the video statement by Davion Murphy, which we object to on a number of grounds. We think it's very highly possible playing the entire 2 hour 14 or 2 hour and 13 minute statement, that we're going to get into some problems about what is said in that statement. We've encouraged the state, if they're going to introduce the statements by Davion Murphy, do it by way of the detective, so that we don't have these possible problems that are being identified.
Okay, well, so far only one problem's been identified that I think we just have resolved. So there are other problems?
Correct.
Like, in what?
Well, obviously, we've objected to the fact that the state intends to introduce the statement of Mr. Davion Murphy for one of the sole purposes of attempting to impeach him.
Right, well, I've already ruled on that, and you
Right.
can renew your objection, but it's been overruled.
There are also, the copy I have, but maybe I can be corrected if I'm wrong, there are some statements by Mr. Murphy about, this is not my first rodeo. Have those been redacted?
We have redacted all those
Okay,
out.
they weren't, I don't have the last.
We sent it to evidence.com and we agreed to take those out, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Toomey indicated she had reviewed the redacted interview and there were no further requested redactions, correct?
That's correct, Judge. I've reviewed it multiple times, and what we had agreed to redact subject to the objections that were previously made
Right.
and heard.
Okay, so
Obviously the photographs as well.
what's the time, stop and start?
Your Honor, and Swinglesteen is going to confirm that this is the correct final redacted one, but what we have down is 1 hour 36 minutes and 48 seconds. And it's almost exactly 3 minutes. It goes to 1 hour, 39 minutes, 44 seconds.
Okay, well, we have another witness taking the stand before the video's played, so Ms. Finkelstein has a chance to just confirm that would be the start and stop. Okay?
I won't step out, Your Honor. Just if we can approach and confirm for the court, I will try to get the cuts actually done so that we don't risk running into whatever time frames there are. But we also need to step out and listen to that portion to ensure it includes just what they've.
That's fine. Is Mr. Harmon?
He's doing this next witness.
That's
and I
fine.
will-
So you guys do what you need to do. Okay? All right. Very good. So other than that, we ready to go?
Yes. Judge, I anticipate that after this witness, they intend to introduce Mr. Davion Murphy's statement. Is that correct?
Correct.
I just want to object now, not in front of the jury,
Sure.
that our continuing objection to any of Mr. Davion's statement come in.
Okay, your objection is preserved and the same ruling from the court. It'll be overruled. Okay.
Scott, you have everything for this witness?
Okay, ready?
We're ready.
Okay, let's bring in the jurors.
All rise. All jurors are in attention.
Okay, very good. All right, everyone have a seat, and we're ready to proceed, and I should have mentioned this before, and I'm sure the media is aware of this. No autopsy photos are to be disseminated, okay? All right, very good. State card, next witness.
Your Honor, the state of Florida calls Dr. Noah Reilly.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello,
Would you please state your name?
Noah Reilly,
And could you spell your last name, please, for the court reporter?
Reilly.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm an associate medical examiner for Hillsborough County
Okay. And how long have you held that position?
for about 4 years.
Could you, as an associate medical examiner, do you practice in a field of medicine commonly called forensic pathology?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jurors your educational history, first of all, as it relates to that?
I have a bachelor's in microbiology from Arizona State University. I went to medical school at the Western University of Health Sciences. I did a anatomical pathology residency. That was 4 years. And then I did another fellowship, a one-year fellowship in cardiovascular pathology, and then finally a fellowship in forensic pathology.
And where was that at?
The Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences in Houston, Texas.
Okay. Doctor, do you hold any board certifications?
Yes, I'm board certified in anatomical pathology and forensic pathology.
And are you licensed to practice medicine here in the state of Florida?
I am.
Doctor, how many autopsy examinations have you completed in your career?
A little under 1,000.
Have you previously testified as an expert in the area of forensic pathology?
Yes,
Approximately how many times?
10 times.
Can you explain to the jury what the specialty of medicine known as forensic pathology, what that deals with?
Yes, so a forensic pathologist is a physician that's trained in anatomical pathology, which is the study of human disease. A forensic pathologist is a subspecialty of that, which looks for the cause and manner of death, whether that's natural disease or trauma.
And is that one of your main roles at the medical examiner's office?
Yes,
Now, in this case, did the medical examiner's office receive notification from the Tampa Police Department concerning a homicide that occurred on June 23rd of 2024?
yes,
And pursuant to that notification, did you in fact respond to that scene?
I did.
And can you tell the jurors where the medical examiner's office is located here in Hillsborough County?
It's near the University of South Florida.
Is it across Fowler, south of Fowler?
Yes,
Okay. And did it end up only being a short distance from there to the crime scene?
yeah, I could walk there.
And when you responded, did any of your forensic investigators respond with you or show up at a later time?
Yes,
When you arrived at the scene, was the scene already established as a crime scene? Were there law enforcement present?
yes,
And when you arrived in the scene, was the decedent's body still there?
yes,
Did you view the decedent's body as it lay in the crime scene?
yes,
And in fact, was it in a motor vehicle?
it was.
And did you note its position, especially relative to the other portions of the interior of the motor vehicle?
I did.
At some point, was Mr. Jones' body removed from that motor vehicle?
Yes,
And would that have been done once you arrived and once you were there?
yes,
And did you manipulate the body in any way, checking it or examining it, just doing a summary examination there at the scene?
I did.
Is that common practice in forensic pathology?
Yes,
Is going to crime scenes, is that also a common and accepted practice in forensic pathology?
we usually don't go to scenes, but because of the proximity to the office, I did.
Did you also take account of the circumstances around the victim's body?
Yes,
Did you note damage to the motor vehicle?
I did.
Did it appear to involve bullet holes and gunfire damage to the motor vehicle?
It did.
When you were there at the scene, once Mr. Jones' body was removed, could you explain to the jurors when it's being removed, is it placed onto something or where is it removed to there at the scene?
It's placed on a white bed sheet, basically, and then after I examine it, we put it in a body bag, and a private transport service transports it to our office.
Is that a service that contracts with the MEO?
Yes,
Okay, and when I say MEO, Medical Examiner's Office?
yes,
Okay. So during your cursory examination of Mr. Jones' body on that sheet or in the scene, did you note what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his person?
I did.
After being transported to the medical examiner's office, well, let me back up. When a decedent is brought to the medical examiner's office from a crime scene like this, with a suggestion of homicide being the manner, is a unique, specific file number assigned to that decedent's case?
All decedents are given a unique case number.
All decedents. That would include people who die from suicide, natural causes that are brought unattended, natural causes, or accidents,
Yes,
like motor vehicle accidents?
correct.
Okay. And I'll come back to manner of death and let you explain that to the jury. Did you end up performing an autopsy on him?
I did.
Before the autopsy examination, when the body is first brought in, is it weighed and measured?
It is.
Do you recall the measurements for Mr. Jones?
I believe he was 6'2", and 135 pounds.
Okay. Yes, that's accurate. Just checking your report. And in fact, after you complete your examination, do you prepare a report of your findings in this case?
I do.
And is that a report of diagnosis and autopsy?
Yes.
Is the body x-rayed in a circumstance like this?
Yes, when the body first comes to the medical examiners, the body is given an x-ray before we open the body bag.
Oh, before you open the body bag.
Correct.
And why is that?
For any kind of evidentiary evidence that might be in the body bag.
And in this case, did you, in fact, when the body bag was opened, was there some piece of evidence or pieces of evidence that were located?
Yes, there was a bullet found within the body bag and a bullet fragment within his sock.
An autopsy examination, does that involve an external and an internal component?
It does.
Did you conduct an external examination of Charles Jones' body?
I did.
During the process from the external examination moving forward, is the process of the autopsy documented photographically?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state of Florida would tender States Exhibit 32A as in alpha through triple W, W as in whiskey, for admission.
Any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sonardi?
No objection.
Mr. Wise?
No objection.
Mr. Petridis?
No objection.
Admitted.
Have you had a very brief chance to review some of the state's exhibits?
Yes.
Would the photographs assist you in giving your opinions in this case?
Yes.
In the external examination, can you explain what you're doing during that process, that part of the autopsy?
Yes, I'm doing a head-to-toe examination of everything externally and documenting any signs of natural disease or trauma.
Do you take note of wounds that you may locate or find?
Yes.
I don't know if I asked you this previously. You've told us approximately how many autopsies you've conducted in your career?
Yes.
All right. How many have you done, from your memory, an approximation that dealt with gunshot wounds?
If you include suicides, I would say around 200.
In your examination of the body in this case, Mr. Jones' case, did you then move on after your external examination to an internal examination?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jury what you do during the internal examination?
So we open up the body with a Y incision, and then we resect out all the organs, and we look for any kind of natural disease or trauma. In this case, wound tracks from the gunshot wounds.
And when you mean wound tracks, what are you talking about?
Basically, the path of the bullet and the injuries that it caused.
And were you able to determine a cause of death in this case for Mr. Jones?
Yes.
What does that term mean, cause of death?
The cause of death is the initiating event that led to the death. So in natural disease, you have a heart attack that's probably due from hypertension or atherosclerosis. In this case, gunshot wounds was the approximate cause of death.
And were you able to determine a manner of death?
Yes.
Now, what does that term signify, manner of death?
So the manner of death is a categorization that we do of deaths based on circumstances, injuries, and it's used for statistical purposes for the state.
Okay. That's something like vital statistics would look at?
Yes.
So, we talked about a few earlier. If someone dies in a motor vehicle accident, would their body be transported for autopsy
Yes.
and for determination of cause and manner?
Yes.
Suicide, you mentioned?
Yes.
Homicide,
Yes.
okay. What other types of deaths would be covered?
Any non-natural deaths, we have a Florida statute that tells us what the medical examiner takes jurisdiction over.
Okay. Would that include something like an overdose on drugs?
Yes.
In this case, what was the manner of Mr. Jones' death?
Homicide.
Did you document it, starting with your external examination, wounds that you observed on the body?
Yes.
Now, were some of those wounds obvious to you to be gunshot wounds?
Yes.
Were there other wounds that may have involved some type of projectile, but you weren't sure if they were actual penetrations through the body?
Yes.
Were those documented
Yes.
photographically as well as the gunshot wounds?
Yes.
So I'm going to start with States 32A. Was there a gunshot wound to the victim's upper right chest?
Yes.
I'm publishing States 32A. Would that be in this location where my finger's pointing?
Yes.
Okay. Was there another wound over here to the upper right arm?
Yes.
What type of wound was that?
That is a graze wound.
And are graze wounds something that you would associate to gunfire or a gunshot?
Yes.
States 32B. Now, this is a label placed over it and some type of a measure below it. Can you tell us what those are?
So I number the gunshot wounds photographically with a number, and the scale is basically the measurements and the case number of the case.
All right, so this is the unique file number assigned to Mr. Jones' file?
Correct.
The numbering, is that something that you number different numbers for each of the gunshot wounds?
Yes.
Do they signify anything other than distinguishing them from each other?
Yeah, it's just arbitrary.
So it's not a sequencing of infliction or anything like that?
Correct.
This wound, this gunshot wound, is that an entry wound or an exit wound?
It's an entry wound.
All right. And was there an exit component to that wound?
No.
States 32C, is that just a more close-up photograph of that wound?
Yes.
And we can see the graze wound in better view of that on the right upper arm. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
And then States 32D, just a close-up of that wound?
Yes.
This wound to the victim's upper right chest, once you open the body in your internal examination, you indicated earlier that you would have looked at the wound track.
Yes.
Can you tell the jurors the wound track and what internal structures were affected by that projectile?
So this gunshot wound hit the lungs, the heart, and the aorta, and then it went through and embedded into the left side of his chest. The jacket of the bullet also split off, and that was recovered in the right side of his chest, so near to the entrance wound.
So the other part of that projectile, you said the jacket split off. Was there another part of that projectile that was recovered somewhere else in the body?
Yes, the bullet core was retrieved in the left side of the chest, and the jacket was in the right side of the chest.
When x-rays were taken of the body, did you note those projectiles within the body?
Yes.
So I want to ask you, did you recover that projectile in that jacket?
Yes.
I'm going to show you first of all, and I'm going to move to introduce States 33B, as in boy.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sonardi?
No objection.
Mr. Wise?
No objection.
Mr. Petridis?
No objection.
Admitted?
When that projectile is recovered, do you take it and place it into some type of an envelope or a container?
I do.
The envelope that I'm holding in my hand, does that appear to be the envelope?
Yes.
And when you place it in there, does this envelope, is it pre-marked?
We mark it. We take photographs of the bullet itself or the fragments, and then I stick it into the envelope. We seal it with evidence tape, and then I put my signature on it.
Okay. And well, here, I'm going to go ahead and publish it, Your Honor. Publishing 33B.
Okay.
So this writing up here, Office of the Medical Examiner, District 13, with your address, and then these list of items, is that something that's already on the envelope?
Yes.
Okay. So in this instance, do you check off the item as a bullet?
Yes.
And then is there an area where you can place the area of the body that it was recovered from?
Yes.
Here it's left chest wall, like you told us earlier.
Yes.
And is there a label that is affixed to an envelope?
Yes.
And does it have your name on it
It does.
and the date?
Yes.
So, and then the file number,
Yes.
and then your initials?
Yes.
Okay. You said that that bullet passed through the lungs, the heart, and the aorta.
Yes.
Can you tell the jurors what the aorta is?
It's the largest blood vessel in the body. It basically comes off the heart and supplies the entire circulation.
Approximately how large is this artery?
It depends. With natural disease, it can get up to 5 centimeters. But typically in a healthy person, it's about the size of a water hose.
Were you able to determine the direction of the wound path in this case, that wound path?
Yes.
And what was the direction of that wound path?
The wound path was directed from right to left, front to back, and downward.
Downward, okay. And is that in reference to an anatomical position that you use in forensic pathology?
Yes, the anatomical position is basically the body staring at you with the palms outward.
So before we move to any other gunshot wounds, I want to go back to that grazing wound that we discussed earlier on the upper right arm. So I'm going to publish states 32K as in kilo. And this has been labeled with the number 6, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, does this grazing wound have two components to it, two parallel parts to it?
Yes.
Do you have any opinions or about how that was caused? That there are two separate, distinct wounds?
It's possible that the bullet core and the jacket separated beforehand.
And grazing, is that where the wound or the bullet would pass through the skin and maybe the subcutaneous tissue below the skin?
Yes, they're very superficial wounds.
So this does not, the projectile that caused that wound did not enter into any internal structures other than really what's visible here?
Yes.
States 32L, is that just a close-up?
It is.
Okay. So the wound to the right, upper right chest, do you have an opinion as to whether there is a relationship between, let me just show a photograph that shows both and come back to this. This is 32B as in Bravo. Do you have an opinion as to any relationship that may exist between these two wounds?
It's possible that they're from the same projectile because they're in the same kind of level.
Okay. Well, I can come back to this, but the terminus of that wound you said is in the left chest wall.
Yes.
So towards the front of the chest.
More to the terminal side of it.
Oh, okay. So over here underneath
Yeah.
the armpit?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But this would be, if that is true, if those two wounds are caused by the same projectile, that bullet's going to be coming in as far as the side of the body at a pretty steep trajectory, I guess?
It could.
Or angle, let's just say angle.
Yes.
Okay. Would that be, those two wounds, would that be consistent with being caused, if it was caused by the same projectile, with a person who is turning or blading themselves to a person who's shooting at them?
That's a possible scenario.
Now, you indicated earlier that you were documenting defects that you found on the body because when you were doing your external examination, having not already done the internal examination because you didn't know, you had to document everything, basically. Is that a fair statement, or you wanted to?
Yes.
So I'm going to move to States 32M and just show you this little dot wound that's on the top of the right hand. Through later examination of the body, did you determine what caused that or what may have caused that?
It's likely that it's from shrapnel.
Did that move very deep into the body?
No.
Okay. And when you say shrapnel, taking into account the circumstances that the victim was found in, could that have been shrapnel from a projectile?
Yes.
Could it have been from glass from the windshield?
It could.
Okay. States 32O, also from the right hand, was there a couple of other injuries to the hand that appeared to be possibly from shrapnel?
Yes.
Same thing, it could have been caused by splitting or portions of the projectile or from the automotive glass?
Yes.
Now, you had indicated before I move on that you had found a jacketing in that wound to the right chest near the entry wound.
Yes.
Now, severance of the jacket from the underlying core of the bullet, is that something that will be seen in forensic pathology with gunshot wounds?
It's not common, but I've seen it before.
So I'm going to show you, I'm going to publish States 33D. I don't know if I've already moved to introduce this. So the state would tender States 33D as in Delta for introduction into evidence.
33B?
D is in Delta.
That's not in yet. Any objection?
No objection.
Mr.
No
S-
objection.
No objection. I have no objection.
Okay, very good, admitted.
And doctor, that jacket that you recovered from near the entry wound to the right chest, same procedure as far as collecting it, placing it into the envelope?
Yes.
And here we see you've selected jacket instead of bullet. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And then indicated where it was recovered from?
Yes.
Same process with the labeling?
Same process.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Did Mr. Jones, did you determine he had suffered gunshot wounds, entry wounds to his back?
Yes.
States 32E, publishing. Does this photograph show those wounds?
Yes.
And like the wound to the front of the body, have you labeled them or placed a label on it?
Yes.
And would it be at number 3 and 4?
Yes, those are 2 gunshot entrance wounds.
Okay. The label at 5, was that also determined to be an injury caused by shrapnel?
Yes.
Did it also have the same kind of characteristic where it didn't go deep into the body?
Correct.
And above that, it states number, or not states number, your label number 2. Same thing, was that an injury you later determined to be caused by shrapnel?
Yes.
Now, again, you're labeling these during your external examination because you don't know if those are something that extend deeper into the body.
Yes. I haven't performed the internal examination yet, so any hole I see, I number it, and then try to find the wound tract. For number 2 and number 5, I did not find a wound tract.
With any of the wounds that we've looked at so far, and would you also consider these to be superficial?
I would consider 2 and 5 to be superficial, but 3 and 4 are not.
Right. I'm sorry. The wounds caused by shrapnel, same as the ones on the hand, you would consider them to be superficial?
Yes.
The wound to the top of the hand, we've already talked about. I believe we've seen 3 injuries to the top of the right hand that you've indicated were probably caused by shrapnel. Same with 5 and 2 on the back. Were you able to recover anything from those wounds?
No.
So let's move on to, I guess we'll just start with your wound number 4 that you've labeled. States 32F. Is that the same wounds, just a more close-up photograph?
Yes.
And is this wound an entry wound?
Yes.
Does it have an exit to it?
No.
Is this also at number 3 an entry wound?
Yes.
And does it have an exit component?
No.
Were you able to determine, and we'll start with 4, what internal structures the projectile that caused that entry wound affected inside of the body, where it passed through?
It hit the left kidney and then embedded into the soft tissue around the aorta.
And at wound number 3, were you able to determine a wound track?
Yes.
And what internal structures were affected?
That also hit the left kidney, and then it went up and hit the left lung.
Were you able to determine for wound, well, let me go back to it. For wound your label number 4, and just so we have an idea, let me back out here. These are to his mid-lower back,
Yeah, the left side of his back.
and this would be the area of the spine?
Yes.
Were you able to determine a direction of that wound path in number 4?
Yes.
What was the direction?
It is from left to right, back to front, and upward.
Upward.
Yes,
Okay, so upward through the body.
correct.
So if that wound was coming through my body, it would be going like this and then upward,
Yes,
up through, okay. Did wound that you've labeled number 3, did it have a similar direction?
it had the same direction.
Left to right, upward, back to front?
Yes,
Would that type of direction and wound track, would that be consistent, would be inflicted to someone who is either bent over or is on top of something with the front of their body facing down?
it's possible.
Would it be consistent with that,
Yes,
that position?
yes.
And did you recover projectiles or jacketing or anything in these wound tracks?
Yes,
So let's start with number 4. You indicated that that ended up lodging near the aorta, was that correct?
correct.
Okay. And what was recovered there near the aorta?
Fragments of the bullet core.
And is that the left, would that be considered the, the pleural cavity, or is that from the other wound tract?
That's from the other wound track.
So your wound marked number 3 would have terminated where?
In the left pleural cavity.
The left pleural cavity. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move for admission of 33A as an alpha.
Any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sonardi?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Wise? Mr. Bolt?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Publishing, is this the envelope that that item was placed in?
Yes,
And you have checked off fragments in this case?
yes.
And again, same process as far as labeling?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Were all of the recovered projectiles in this case ultimately turned over to the law enforcement agency that was conducting the investigation?
Yes.
Is there anything about the gunshot wounds and the shrapnel wounds that we've looked at so far that would be inconsistent with these projectiles having passed through automobile glass before striking the victim?
They would all be consistent with an intermediary object.
Now, you've told us the cause of death in this case being gunshot wounds. Can you speak to the actual mechanism of death, what actually occurs in the body after an infliction of these kind of wounds?
Yes, so he had a hole in his heart from the bullet, and that would drop your blood pressure. And when you don't have any blood pressure, you can't pump blood to the brain. And without blood to the brain and oxygen, the brain starts to die, and you go unconscious. So that's one mechanism. The other mechanism is the bleeding itself. You can't stop the bleeding, and you basically exsanguinate. You lose all your blood and you die.
Does that loss of blood, does it affect the brain?
Yes.
In what way?
Again, lack of oxygen from the loss of blood.
Does loss of consciousness, does that occur somewhere perimortem around the time of death?
Yes.
Do you expect that to occur before death in most cases?
Within minutes, he'd go unconscious and be brain dead, and then he'd keep bleeding, and so he would also die from blood loss.
After infliction of these wounds, if the victim was noted by witnesses to be unconscious within 30 seconds or so, would that be consistent with your findings?
Yes.
I want to go back to the wound to the victim's right chest. You said that went through his lung, his heart, and his aorta.
Yes.
How did you find blood inside of that wound or near that wound that you noted?
Yeah, there was blood in the chest cavities, and of course the blood from the wound track.
Okay. Did you measure that? Were you able to measure that blood?
Yes.
Can you advise the jury of how much blood we're talking about, just from that wound?
I'd have to look at my numbers. I think the left pleural cavity had 1,100 milliliters, and the right had 600? 400? I'd have to have my report in front of me.
Would it be fair to say close to 2 liters?
Yes.
How many total liters are in an adult male normally?
About 5?
5 total liters of blood in your body at any time.
Yes.
Okay. So that's, would it be fair to say, a significant amount of the total blood volume
It is.
from the one wound?
Yes.
How about the wounds to the back that terminated near the carotid artery, and I believe the other one you said terminated near the front of the body?
Sorry?
Didn't one of them terminate in the pleural cavity and one terminated near the aorta?
Yes.
Not the carotid, I'm sorry, the aorta, my mistake. Did both of those wounds, did you find collected blood?
Just blood from the track itself.
From the track itself, okay. So you noted earlier that when you all opened the body bag, and is that a bag that the body is transported in?
Yes.
That you located a projectile within the body bag?
Yes.
And, Your Honor, I'm going to move to introduce States 33C, as in Charlie.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sonardi?
No objection.
Mr. Wise?
No objection.
Mr. Bolt?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, admitted.
Moving to publish. Does that appear to be the projectile in its package?
Yes.
And did you note on this package that it was a bullet from the body bag?
Yes.
So I want to walk through with you some other wounds. and photographs of them. This is states 32P, as in Peter. Is this a wound to the, I guess, the interior or the top of the victim's left elbow area of his left arm?
Yes.
This wound here?
Yes.
And what type of wound is that?
It's a sharp force injury.
Could that have been caused by shrapnel?
Yes,
Do you believe it was in this case?
I do.
And was that a wound inflicted peri-mortem around the time of death?
Yes.
States 32Q is in convex. Is that just a close-up of that wound?
It is.
And the depth of the wound is reflected pretty much in that photograph?
It is.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
States 32X is an X-ray. Looking at this area here in the palm of the victim's right hand, what type of wound is that?
It's a shrapnel wound.
32Y, is that a close-up of that one?
It is.
Same thing, could have been caused by bullet, shrapnel, or glass?
Could be.
States 32Z is in zebra. In this photograph, obviously this is the decedent's lower body, the legs. Is that fair?
Yes.
Of what it depicts? Okay. There's some items here. Is this the sheet that the victim was removed onto at the scene? Or is this something that he's put onto at the medical examiner's office?
It's from the scene.
From the scene. So that is, he has moved into the body bag with that sheet?
Yes.
So now I'm going to show you a close-up of that item at 32AA. Is this the bullet fragment or the bullet that was located with fragments
Yes.
inside of the body bag?
Yes.
Okay. States 32BB. Is this a white shirt that the victim was wearing?
Yes.
And do you see with the background presented underneath that defects in the shirt that would be consistent with the bullet wounds?
Yes.
And is this the front of the shirt?
Yes.
So would this wound and the wound to its left be consistent with the grazing wound and the entry wound to the right upper chest?
Yes.
When I say wound, the defect of the shirt.
Yes.
States 32G is in golf. Now we've moved it to the back of the shirt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do we see, again, defects in the back consistent with the two gunshot wounds, shrapnel wound?
Yes.
States 32K is in kilo. Do you recognize that as the socks that the victim was wearing?
Yes.
And is there a two defects or holes in the sock that are near each other in the bottom of the sock?
Yes.
Publishing states 32S. Was there wounds to the lower right leg that appear to be associated to those holes?
Yes.
And again, are those shrapnel wounds?
Yes.
As far as the depth of the wound, that is reflected in the photograph?
Yes.
So basically breaking the skin, ripping the skin, that's about it?
Yes.
Exposing the subcutaneous tissue?
Yes.
States 32, V is in Victor. Is this just another shrapnel wound that was on the victim's leg?
Yes.
States 32, double P is in Peter. There was a fragment located near the right leg. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And was that fragment, as well as the other fragments when they were removed from the body and the bullets and the jackets that we talked about, you indicated very early in your examination that, here today, not your autopsy examination, that when they're pulled out, you mark this and label it, the envelope it's going to go into, then you photograph it
Yes.
before placing it in the envelope?
Yes.
Is that what you're doing here in this photograph?
Yes.
When you were conducting the examination of the victim and you x-rayed the victim's body in the very beginning before doing your external examination, did you note a metallic object in his left leg, in the lower leg?
Yes.
And did you end up examining that area and removing a projectile or some fragment from that part of his leg?
Yes.
And did you document that in your report?
I did.
What kind of wound or what was that?
It was a bullet fragment.
Okay. And was it associated to a wound that had been inflicted periortic in this case?
No.
Was it associated to flesh above it or part of the body that had been healed over, a healed over wound?
Yes.
And that wound, would that be consistent with the victim having suffered an associated gunshot wound or projectile or fragment wound approximately 9 months before?
It's possible.
When individuals suffer gunshot wounds and they survive, is it common in some instances that the projectiles are left in the body?
Yes.
And what would be reasons for that?
They didn't hit any major structures, so there's really no point to resect them.
So I'm going to show you states 32 double S as in Sierra. Is this the projectile you recovered from the victim's left leg from that historical wound?
Yes.
And did you characterize it as a historical wound, or how did you characterize it in your report?
Remote.
Remote wound. Okay. Remote meaning sometime before the time of death.
Yes.
Or you tell me, what does it stand for?
Basically, from a period before his death.
Okay. States 32 double X. Do you recognize what's depicted in this photograph? And if you want me to zoom in on any of these envelopes, I will.
I recognize them.
Okay. And are these just items that were collected throughout the body?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this one on the upper left, it indicates fragments from the left kidney.
Yes.
Okay. Was that associated to that wound 3 or 4 on the back?
Yes.
And then next to it is the left chest wall. That would have been the bullet that was recovered at the terminus of the entry wound to the right chest.
Yes. That's the bullet from the left chest, so that's actually the bullet core.
That's right, at the end of the wound path.
Yes.
Okay, this indicates periaortic tissue, and you have fragments in that area.
Yes.
Do you remember what wound that was associated to?
That was associated with gunshot wound C.
To the right chest, the
Uh,
entry wound?
No,
Okay.
from one of the shots in the back.
Okay. So just so we know, you labeled them during the process of the external examination as 1, 2, and 3, but in your report, you labeled them with letters?
Correct.
And that's the wound C you're talking about on the back?
Yes.
And then we see the fragments we looked at from the area where the sock is.
Yes.
They were recovered in his sock.
Yes.
And then a jacket recovered from the right chest, where he spoke about that. Fragments from the left pleural cavity, that's
Yes.
associated to one of the entry wounds to the back.
Yes.
And then from the body bag. So going to your envelope marked periaortic, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Periaortic tissue, fragments, just a photograph of the fragments before you put them in the envelope?
Yes.
States 32 triple C is in Charlie. Fragments from the left kidney. Again, you're photographing the fragment before you put it in the envelope.
Yes, all the projectile and their fragments are photographed.
And is this where you documented photographically the collection of the bullet or projectile from the left chest wall?
Yes.
All right. And states 32 triple G, and that was states 32 triple F and 32 triple G. Is that a close-up of that projectile?
Yes.
And there's an associated fragment.
Yes.
Going to the wounds to the back, you've documented the collection in this photograph of the projectile recovered from the left pleural cavity.
Yes.
States 32 triple K. Is that just a close-up of that?
Yes.
States 32 triple M, documenting the projectile you recovered from the right chest. Or, I'm
Yes.
sorry, the jacketing from the right chest.
Correct.
And this would be near the entry wound to the right chest.
Yes.
And you've marked off jacket on this, so I want to look at this. This is 32 triple N. Is that a close-up of that item?
Yes.
States 32 triple O. Is this the item placed face down, for lack of a better way of phrasing it?
Yes.
And we can see in this photograph, this open space here. Is that where the core of the bullet would have been before separation?
Yes.
moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question, hypothetical question of you. Taking into account what you viewed at the crime scene, the position of the victim's body, and let me just ask you about that. Do you recall the victim being found straddled over the center console with his head, chest, upper body in the back seat,
Yes,
and face down,
yes,
with his hip area and maybe his behind up in the air on top of the center console? Does
yes,
that sound right? Okay. Taking into account that position and the direction of the wound paths, especially the ones in the back, and then also taking into account this dynamic between the upper right arm and the chest, that possibility being caused by the same projectile. If the victim had been seated in the front passenger seat of his Dodge Charger and multiple gunmen appeared in front of that vehicle and opened fire, directing fire at a perpendicular straight through the windshield towards him, and the victim seeing his attackers and seeing what's going on, turned in his seat, blading himself to the shooters, and then started to dive over the console seeking cover to try to avoid being shot into the back seat. Would that scenario be consistent with the wounds and your findings in this case?
it would.
Would it be consistent with him suffering the wound to his right arm, the entry wound to his right chest with the bullet being found underneath his armpit on the other side of his body as he was turning to move over the center console?
It would be consistent.
I just need one more moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when the lawyers agree that certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact. You must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, the stipulated fact that you must accept as true is stipulation as to identity. It is hereby stipulated by and between the defendants, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, and the state of Florida, that Charles Jones, the person named in count 1 and 2 of the indictment in this cause, was found deceased on June 23, 2024, at 11606 McKinley Drive in Tampa, Hillsborough County, Florida, An autopsy examination was performed on the body of Charles Jones on June 23rd, 2024 by Dr. Noah Reilly, D.O. And this stipulation has been signed by Mr. Harmon for the state, and for the attorneys, Mr. Wise on behalf of Mr. Gathright, as well as Mr. Gathright himself. Nicholas Sonardi, attorney for Davion Murphy, also signed by Davion Murphy himself. Justin Petratus, attorney for Isaiah Chance, and also attorney Brian Gonzalez on behalf of Rashad Murphy, and signed by Rashad Murphy. Come up here real quick. Okay, I just realized there's one thing that needs to be corrected, so we're going to take literally 2 minutes and do that. So if you all don't mind stepping out, okay? But we'll be with you shortly.
All rise.
Okay, thank you. All right, have a seat. I just made my own annotation and put a signature line for Mr. Chance, so we just need him to sign the stipulation. No worries. Okay, thank you. Okay, if they're ready to come back in, bring them back in. Oh, okay. How many?
4, 2 in addition.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay.
Wise? Oh, yours right there.
Okay, very good. Everyone have a seat. All right, and then the stipulation is also signed by defendant Isaiah Chance. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, we went into a lot of detail about your recovery of fragments and bullets and jackets from the victim's body, bullet jackets. Were all of the jackets, projectiles, and fragments from the wound to the victim's upper right chest, the gunshot wound, and the 2 gunshot wounds to his lower left back, were all of those placed into those envelopes and later turned over to law enforcement?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll tender the witness, Your Honor.
Oh, so Mr. Gonzalez.
He may have stepped out.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's start with Ms. Toomey then.
Just a couple questions.
All right, what did you state, Mr. Hernandez?
If we could pass, Your Honor, but Mr. Gonzalez had to step out for a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Hello.
Just a couple questions for you. You had testified that the gunshot wound to the chest went through the heart, the aorta, and then through the lung, correct?
Yes.
And with that one shot, that would cause a massive depression in the blood pressure, or a
Yes.
massive drop in blood pressure.
Yes.
And I think you testified that within 30 seconds or less, the person would lose consciousness, correct?
It's possible.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wise, any questions?
No.
Okay. Mr. Bolt, do you have any questions?
I have no questions, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. And, okay.
Should I step out, Your Honor?
Yes. Why don't you step out momentarily just to see if Mr. Gonzalez has any questions of this witness?
Your Honor, Mr. Gonzalez has no questions.
Okay, very good. Okay, redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.